Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make beef Lizano Yakisoba. Now this is a mixture of two different cuisines. It's a little bit of Colombian as well as Japanese, which is the Yakisoba. So to start off, you're going to prepare your vegetables. Now what you're going to do is you're going to julienne some onions and then cut some bell peppers into stripes. I went with the green bell peppers. And then, as you can see, I also used mushrooms. Now, you can omit these if you're allergic or if you just don't like the taste, but you'll want them sliced up too. Next, you're going to cube your meat. I went with a ribeye steak just because of the fat content, and it grills very well. And you're almost going to be stir frying this, so that technique works really well with ribeye. So you'll want to cut them into about 0.75 to 1 inch size cubes. They will shrink a little. And depending on the cuts of your ribeye, you will want to remove the just straight fat pieces or the pieces with very little meat but a lot of fat, because you don't want to bite into just fat as you're eating the yakisoba. Then you'll start to season your meat. I went with a simple garlic, salt, and pepper, and you'll want to mix that around really well just to make sure it's very coated, and then you'll set that aside. Now is a great time to start to prepare your yakisoba. You'll want to par cook it and then move on to the next part. Now moving on to the cooking portion, what you want to do is you want to start on a high heat in a large saucepan. You want to brown all of your meat on all sides. This should take about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how thick of a cut you decided to go with. Then once your meat is all browned, you're going to remove it from the pan. And in that same pan, you'll throw your onions and your mushrooms in, and you'll cook those until the mushrooms have about 80% of the water in them evaporated. And your onions will start to caramelize. After that, you're going to add your meat back into the pan and cook for about 2 minutes more. Then you'll add your bell peppers and then cook that for about 1 minute to 1.5 minutes more, because you still want the crunch of the bell pepper. You just want to give them a little heat and a little wilt. Then you're going to add your Lizano sauce. Now, if you don't know what a Lizano sauce is, it's a Colombian sauce. It's pretty sweet and spicy at the same time. And what I'll do is I'll show a picture of it on the screen, so if you ever want to get it for yourself. And also leave a link in the description to where you can buy it at. Then you'll add your Lizano sauce to the pan, and you'll cook that for about 1 to 2 minutes. You'll know the sauce is ready when the sauce starts to boil and almost sound like it's ripping from the pan, because that means the water content is cooked off, but the flavor is stayed. And that's when you'll add your yakisoba to the pan. Now you should have par cooked your yakisoba. I have a video on how to par cook. I'll leave that in the link in the description below. And what you want to do is you just want to toss that in there to mix everything together and make sure that the noodles are really coated with the Lizano sauce. And then you'll move to plating. For plating, it's super simple. All you have to do is pile everything into a bowl. And you can also add a little bit of Lizano sauce on top for a little extra kick at the end. Above that, you're pretty much done. And that's how you make beef Lizano Yakisoba. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe on your way out, and have a wonderful day.